another episode of Grabbing the Brisket. Guys, how's it going?
Excited to be here.
Super good, James. Thank
you for asking.
Yeah. Damn, dude. James went full send on that.
I told him high energy. He came with it. It was hot. I liked it.
Went high and you guys didn't match it.
I
so.
tried to match it, man.
Yeah,
I was right there.
Yeah, he did. He did. Now, listen, we have got a great show for you guys tonight. Obviously, get into a bunch of different things. And we got Adam Martinez coming on with Amp Seasonings,
Yes.
which is pretty cool.
Competition badass.
Yeah.
Yeah,
got some
100%.
cool products.
So anybody that's tuned in now, and we'll reiterate this a little bit later on. If you have questions for Adam, for anybody here, please jump in the chat and ask us because this is your show just as much as it is ours. So we love the interaction.
And apparently this is actually going live on TikTok for the first time as well. So we don't even know if that's working or not. But if it is, and you're seeing this and you can like make a comment, let us know.
Is that like we're syndicated now? Is that how that works?
Sort of.
We're just like one rung below just being on cable TV.
Prestige worldwide.
Exactly.
Worldwide.
We're moving
exactly
on,
what this is.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Public access.
Boats.
I actually Googled that today. How do we, because the list you sent out at all the different podcasts, and there's a couple of them that are syndicated.
Yeah.
I'm like, Chat GPT, how do I get my podcast syndicated? And then it came with all these different little programs and shows and stuff like that. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna have to compose a letter to each and every one of these just so they know who Grabbing the Brisket is.
Yeah,
it's happening.
Or you could just talk to our boy Jeff Tracy because he's been doing it forever.
Yeah. Then I was like, AM. I'm like, how does AM radio work?
How does that even work?
Where does it even come from?
Magic.
Can we just start our own AM channel? I don't know. There's a lot of radio science behind that I don't know, but that's not what we're in it for. We're in here.
James is like, how does a record made? You know, I don't know. James,
have you seen those videos? It's pretty cool. It's just like it smooshes. It smooshes on the. Anyway,
what does it do, John?
It smooshes.
Okay, I don't know. You're not saying the word.
Is that a word? This is smoosh. So, anyways,
plural of schmeeses.
That's if it's more than one smoosh.
Yeah,
it's a smeesh.
All right, we'll go on there.
Yeah. So,
Jan, you got a story you want to share with us, don't you?
No, I don't have anything.
Okay.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I think you do.
No. No. I think the one thing I want to share is watch out for potholes. Right. Watch out for potholes.
Look before you leap.
They'll kill you. But yeah. No, I mean, I don't want to get too much into my dumbass and falling into a street, like a 3-foot pothole, right? Almost broke my damn neck. I looked like the people under the stairs when I crawled out.
Was it full of water?
Set the stage for us.
So bad. No, I don't need to set the stage too much. Look, I went out with some vendors, had a little drink, had a little eat, and I went to leave, and it was raining, and I went to the street corner there to cross it to go to the parking lot.
Yeah. And
I looked down, I saw a small little mud puddle or whatever, and it was like, it looked like, I don't know, half an inch deep or something. I was like, fine. I was walking to that. Not a big deal. And I took the step, and I immediately took another step thinking like there would be concrete there, but there wasn't. And I fully sent it. And then I fell like in this 3-foot hole.
Was it full of water?
Full of water.
So you were soaked.
Yeah. Oh, I was drenched. I mean, like when I look like a business professional walking out of the place, and I look like Earth gave birth to me when I came out, right? I was so pissed off, man. Like I was bleeding everywhere.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Are you okay?
No, I'm fine.
We're good. Then we can laugh.
This is how it is. This is what you got to do.
I immediately thought of Groundhog's Day, like, watch out for the first step. It's a doozy.
Oh, that's exactly what that was, James. That's concussion. Like, I think I got cracked rib. I mean, I don't even know.
You just want to redo. Just go back into the bar.
I want to go back
wherever you were. Just like,
no, I was so embarrassed. I didn't want to go anywhere. I just want to get in the car and drive home. I want to go back there. It's been raining every day and fill it in and go, you know what? I can help this. I can fill this in with something versus
my body.
Yeah, right. That's what I did. Yeah. Anyways,
pour some concrete and
at any point,
it down.
Yeah. At any point in time, did you think like, I'm that little kid that just fell in the well? You know what I mean? That boy that fell in that well that I'm just
no.
As soon as you fall through, there's like a split second like, shit, I'm not gonna hit bottom. Oh, there's bottom.
No, I felt like I was fighting for my life, and then I literally crawled out at grade level of a road and was like, "What the fuck?" Or excuse me, what the hell was that? And yeah, it was terrifying.
Yeah,
at this,
I can imagine.
Yeah. Plus, I mean,
There's got to be video.
There was a lot of alcohol involved, right? Yeah. Although there is, I've already contacted the place.
Probably
so
saved your
I'm
life.
trying to get the video so we can share this.
Is the place famous? Because that sounds like a lawsuit to me.
Right? Well, this is street, so it's Houston.
Oh, well, never mind.
Yeah,
they're famous for
they don't got no money.
Yeah, they broke. They can't pay the firemen, so we got problems.
Hey, Ed jumped on real quick and said, "Let's go, Amp Mafia, Charlie. We got a Charlie, JJ, Kevin, Jesse.
Let's go."
Okay, all the Amp folks showing up tonight.
I love it. Love the support. As we mentioned earlier, if you had any questions, and a lot of the Amp Mafia, they already know Adam and Michelle and the Amp seasonings and products and stuff like that. And some of it's a little new to us. Hopefully we can push that out into the market that we have. Some of the listeners that have never really heard of it before. And honestly, if you have any questions, you got any stories, please jump in. We'd love to hear it.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, JJ said that he hoped that you got pictures or videos of your
I've got a
trip.
I've got a video that I'm trying to procure on that, so I may have to pay for it, but I got to see.
It's probably already on somebody's TikTok
how
or
bad
something.
this thing is. I was going to say for Amp seasoning and when Adam comes on, but these are award-winning seasonings. These guys have been in the competition game for a long time. And one of the things that when we were talking earlier, and I didn't realize the correlation with I guess in the beginning with the was it Paul Mexican
Paul Martinez?
Yeah, Paul Martinez, which is we actually bought when we were chasing more. Sean bought his that green sniper pit.
Yeah, the pit maker.
Yeah, that's right.
That lime green.
Yeah. Oh, it was. Hey, we were at a cook-off and we couldn't get this thing to go over like 200 degrees. Right, we're fighting it, and then we turn around and Paul's there, and like, dude, what's wrong with this pit, man? We can't. He's like, I don't know. Did you clean the stack? And we're like, no. And so he goes, why don't you clean the stack? We literally put a stick or something down there. Dude, this thing went like 350 degrees in minutes. I was like, Jesus, dude. Okay, well, thanks, man. Appreciate it.
He almost sold that pit again. Yeah, he's like, I'm not doing this.
Yeah, right. It was good, man. Really good.
A lot of Amp Mafia.
Man, we got Bill Purvis in the house. What's up, Bill?
Nice. Speaking of Bill, we saw him out there at the shed. We didn't really get to touch on the shed very much last week. Do you guys want to dive into that at all?
Let's do that. Yeah. We'll get Raul to throw up some pictures.
No, I love that. That was one event. The Shed Showdown was amazing, and obviously the front part of that being the MBBQA. It's what do you call it?
A mini conference.
A mini conference. And with Kel and Janet, they both were sick, and just I felt so bad for that, but man, it was just a great conference. It's just it's a who's who, but it's also there's a lot of information. There's a lot of people just saying that they're trying to help you out. Like if you have a question, anything, like people running businesses, successful business. These aren't people that are trying to get into the business. These are guys that have grown a brand to 10 million a year, right? And it's like you're getting to listen to them mentor you and tell you like, hey, listen, this is what I tried. It wasn't working. I went this direction with it. I thought that was just really, really amazing. Again, it's just everybody's helping. It doesn't matter if you make a seasoning over here, somebody else makes a seasoning over there. There's no competition there. It's not like, I always translate this to we're competing in a cook-off, and it's not that way, right? This is like a brotherhood. It's like, so they want to see you succeed and they want to push you along. At the same time, you're doing the same thing for them. And that's what the MBBQA is all about. Just really giving back to the community, giving back to barbecue and helping one another out. I loved it. It was an amazing event.
Yeah. I feel like it always is every time we get together with those folks.
Yeah. 100%.
Yeah. And also we had, we took every opportunity to possibly stick a Grab 'em and Brisket sticker anywhere we could find. So
there's a lot of them on the shed now.
Yeah. Brad, Brooke, if you see them everywhere, like we apologize, we're sorry, not sorry, but right. I mean, you allowed us to do whatever we wanted. So
they said it more than once. Yes. Do whatever you want.
There it is.
So there's that. We had Doug Scheiding out there with us cooking.
That's right. Road cookers.
Yeah. Threw down some killer margaritas that had very high scores in taste.
Yeah, I don't know what was the thing that killed us on the margaritas.
What did they call it? Presentation.
Yeah,
it wasn't fancy enough. I guess some of them were pretty fancy.
That's wild.
We didn't put coconut in our margaritas.
Yeah, there were some of them that were like, I'm pretty sure you just made a pina colada.
Yeah.
There was a sangria margarita. I was like, no, that's sangria. That you just made a sangria.
Right.
But they called it a margarita.
Hey,
I don't know.
Haters gonna hate.
Yeah.
A margarita,
Exactly.
a margarita milkshake.
That sounds awful.
Did that do well?
It placed. They got a call.
Damn, dude.
Is that just like lime sherbet or something like that with a little?
No, it's a lime pina colada, right? I don't know, man.
Honestly, guys, if you ever get a chance to compete in the taco portion or the margarita portion at the Shed Showdown, just know that you probably need a little something other than just margarita.
No, you need a dessert
and tacos. If you do tacos, think breakfast, think dessert.
Cheesecake tacos.
Yeah, I don't know.
That was a winner.
I think,
cheesecake tacos.
There was multiple calls for dessert tacos.
Listen, I didn't even think
that sounds amazing.
That was even an option. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I think it's anything taco.
If you, but that's the deal. Like, if you say that to me, I'm like, okay, chicken, pork, right?
Brisket.
Yeah. That's where my head goes to. I don't think, oh, let's make a cheesecake taco or a well, I saw waffles and
it's like a breakfast.
Yeah. I'm like,
amazing.
Yeah, I know it sounds amazing, but I didn't even think that was even a thing, you know? So it just tells you like we're very one-sided when because like make a margarita. Like, all right, give me some lime juice, give me some agave, give me some tequila. I'll make a margarita, not make a sangria or a frozen whatever daiquiri. I mean, but those things did well. And I'm like, and then that goes into the question also. It's like, who's judging these damn things? They're judging a taco thing and they're eating like cheesecake and breakfast. Like, what?
I don't know.
How does that even work?
I don't know how it works either, but it must have been delicious. I'm sure.
I know they looked phenomenal. I would have ate that over ours anyways. I'm just saying.
I kind of feel like maybe the judges weren't drinking enough. Because I feel like when you're drinking, you want salty, right? But if you're not drinking, then maybe you want something sweet. I don't know.
Yeah, listen, these certified judges that take their job so seriously, right?
Yeah, simmer down.
I'm certified. Like, great. Can you please have a shot or two? Have some beer. Let's get something in you. You know what I mean? Like, I'm used to the backwoods bar cook-off where all your judges have been inside since 10 a.m. drinking, and they come piling out. And they've already walked around your tents a couple of times, and then they eat the food and they're like, more salt, please. And you're like, oh yeah, no problem. I got all the salt you need. And you know, that we do really well at those cook-offs. The more educated you are, we're not your team at that point.
Yeah. Our tacos were good though. I thought
they were really good.
The little brisket taco action. Yeah. I think he's got some pictures of that for us too. Yeah, we didn't win though. We didn't place with those. I think we were middle of the pack somewhere.
No,
I don't even remember.
We even brought HEB tortillas to Mississippi. There's no way they're getting those style of flour tortillas in Mississippi. They're just not doing it. And then boom, yeah. Look at that. I mean, the plating's a little off, but it still looks pretty. Who's turning that down right there? Who's turning those tacos down?
James. James doesn't eat cheese.
Yeah, I actually did turn them down because
you put cheese on all of them.
My intolerance, my intolerance for lactose is off the chart. So
cut that off.
We did not partake in that.
Yeah. Okay. Whatever. Yeah. But you know what? There were a lot of great cookers out there. A lot of world champions were out there. I've saw a lot of rings.
We got outdone by the best of the best.
Yeah. Listen, I'll tell you this, James. 14th in the open. Steak. What do you think we did in the steak? What do you think our problem was in the steak, James?
I don't know.
Yeah, I have to go back and look at
It was a dang good steak, but I don't know. Do they inject steaks? Is that where we're missing out? Is because we're not sous vide steaks?
You think it's too much? You think we're doing too much?
We're not doing enough, or we're doing too much on the marinade / seasoning. I might have to take a class on this.
I'm going to say right now that I think a lot of people do too much in their barbecue, and I think that's what keeps them out. I think simple is probably better, and you don't want to offend anybody. And whether it's too salty, it's too sweet, it's too spicy, it's too tangy. And we were talking with Bill about this, and he obviously probably his idea, to be honest, that I'm just repeating. I don't know. If you
regurgitate that shit.
If you have an idea and we're talking about it,
so many beers were had that night, then you don't know.
Pretty much my idea at that time. But yeah, I think we both concurred that was simple, right? And
you just have to make really good barbecue that still tastes like barbecue.
That's it.
So many people add so much shit to it that it's like it doesn't even taste like barbecue anymore.
That's what I'm talking about. And maybe that's the steak. The steak we did, it was a really good steak, but again, to what measures? Was it too much? And I don't know. We probably got dinged on the doneness as well. I think we were a little high.
I have to go back and look at the scores. I feel like that wasn't. I don't remember.
Yeah. And those are margaritas right there showing. And this, listen, Doug's sister showed up. She worked at a some kind of
Margaritaville.
That's right, Margaritaville, right? So we brought in the ringer for this thing, and she's
like a manager there.
She spent like 45 minutes cutting these limes to make them like really, really like decorative, right? And then look at this right here, like the little, I don't know what you call that.
Yeah, you can't hardly tell with the picture, but yeah, it looked good.
Yeah, they did look good, and they were amazing. What place you at 20?
I don't know. Yeah. Like I said, his scores for taste were really high, like in the top 10, but his scores for the presentation for some reason were like dead ass last.
Yeah. We needed some chamoy on there and some
something.
Yeah. We got to dress it up.
I don't know.
We'll talk to Doug. That's all right.
We're going to have to talk to Doug about this.
We'll talk to
for
Doug.
Sure. We'll just talk to Doug.
There it is.
Yeah.
Nice. I did a little cooking over the weekend. Do you want to show? Maybe we can get the people that are tuned in, take a look at this rack of ribs that I cook and maybe judge me, maybe throw a little judgment on how they looked, too sauced or not sauced enough, or obviously I didn't get a bite through type deal, but I thought it was pretty good.
Yeah, no, they were good. But still, you made a really good rib. I mean, that was that's kind of the premise of me saying whatever. It's just, we've done the apple and the peach and all this cherry. We've done all these glazes,
and they're delicious.
Yeah, they're great, but sometimes it just takes away from what it was. And it was a really good barbecue rib. It was sauced perfectly. It wasn't too much. It wasn't too sweet. It was just really good. So yeah, that was it. Anyways, I don't know. The live fire out there one night that we had at the BBQ and the Shed Showdown, that was pretty cool too. You had like probably 10 different teams cooking, and it was just cooking to serve. It wasn't like there's competition or anything else. But I mean, you've got the jambalaya coming off, the grilled oysters coming off. There was what was it? I think they did fajitas, and they did a pork.
There was some kind
carnitas.
Some big huge chunk of loin out of something. I don't know what it was, but it was tasty.
They had one that was doing on the what's the where it spins. It's the it's pork, but it spins around.
Oh,
and cooks.
Yeah. It was like
like almost like the trompo style or whatever else going out there as well. I mean, but it was just everything was, but you had a live fire right behind it, so it wasn't like electric or anything else. Just spinning around cooking. It was damn good.
Hey, James, you got Weber Ninja. He jumped on here and said that he'd mow those ribs down.
There it is.
Okay. Yeah. Did you get to? Is there a picture of it cut up?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Let's look at that one.
Definitely got some bones pulling back on there.
That one, I don't know, and maybe we'll ask Adam. I mean, it's one of those deals. Like, I mean, picking out ribs. Like, I tried to pick out like the something that was pretty meaty, but then I do like reading or whatever. I was reading Myron Mixon. He did the whole thing. Is like you want to get thin ribs. You want to get thin.
Really?
Maybe it's just the style of how they cook ribs over there, as far as the doneness versus cooking ribs over here in maybe the IBCA or CBA, where you want it a little bit more fall off the bone, a little bit whatever, because you're not just taking a single rib and just biting from it.
Aren't they doing like baby backs?
I think baby backs is an option too as well.
Like those are thin enough, aren't they?
Yeah.
I don't know. Those look good.
So I don't know. Yeah,
those look good.
And I always have a question as far as like the I kind of just mocked up kind of presentation, just threw it in a box, because it was one thing that we learned from or Tuffy kind of reiterated the episode before. These got to be ribs have to be eaten. They have to be good cold. You know what I mean? Because they can sit on a table for a while, or it can take a minute for them to get to it. And I see a lot of people, and they have the little carrying bags where they carry the food up to the turn in. They want to keep it piping hot as long as possible. which is good. But it's like you're never really guaranteed that it is going to stay hot. That it's gonna not just find a table and just wait for 20 minutes or whatever before it starts making its round. And then by the time it gets to the final judging, of course, I know different governing or different sanctioning bodies for these barbecues, they judge a little bit differently. But so I was like, I kind of put it together, kind of like, oh, okay, let me just let it sit for 10 minutes, 15 minutes just to see. And then we went at it after that. It was really good. I mean, I tried to go for something that was a little bit more on the savory side. I didn't really use too many rubs that had a lot of sugar in it. The sauce itself was, man, I went like old school. I took like an old, like just run of the mill craft barbecue sauce and mixed it with, what was the other sauce that I mixed it with? Drawing a blank on it, but
Blacks.
It was the Terry Blacks.
Okay.
Original Central Texas style sauce. Split those two 50-50, add a little honey to it, add some more brown sugar to the sauce. I warmed it up, made sure everything was like kind of incorporated a little bit. And that's what I used for the glaze. It was really good. It was like Jan says, it was a good eating rib. It was a good barbecue rib. You weren't overpowered with some type of cherry glaze or, the pineapple habanero mixed with cherry juice mixed with you know what I mean? Like,
that sounds good too.
I mean, yeah. And that's probably something that we've always been guilty of. And without taking a class and really trying to hone in on somebody else's recipe or whatever, it's like you play around with it. Let me add this, and shit, maybe we're doing too much.
There's a good chance.
We'll get some advice from Adam coming up.
Hey, you got Chad jumped on here. He said, "What's up, fellas? Let's take a shot. Let's go.
Let's do it."
Dude, I'm telling you, man.
The chat is popping. Y'all, it's crazy right now.
Nice. I see Aaron popped in there. What's up, Mr. Leslie?
He said, "What's up, B itches?"
Oh, he's talking to Jan. Okay.
Shit.
Okay. All right. Hey, can we slide
boy.
into some of this hot off the grill barbecue news?
Yeah.
There it is. Brought to you by the BBQ Barbecue News Magazine. I got a little bit here. First off, we got some upcoming guests next week. Gerald Vignette Jr. From that barbecue TV show, Barbecue Showdown.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Meathead Goldwyn the following week. Rob Aroka following him up on the 20th. And at the end of February, we got the man, Malcolm Reed, joining us again. So we feel solid about this lineup?
Yeah, we do. This is
Okay.
every time we get
All-star.
somebody that says yes, I'm like, damn, man, can you believe they said yeah? That's weird.
Yeah.
So,
It is weird.
Yeah,
for sure.
kind of.
Yeah.
No, it's really cool. I will not be here on the 13th for Meathead, or maybe I'll be able to do it from the hotel. We'll see. But I'll be up in Chicago, Chicagoland. So
It's fine. We'll do it without you.
No, we have technical issues that day.
okay, yeah. Thanks, man. Yeah, thanks.
Okay. After a decade-long break, the Ultimate Barbecue Showdown is back. National Barbecue Festival. Apparently, this was a big thing, like, I don't know, a decade ago.
You say 10 years ago, I'm
it's
gonna
a
be like, oh, okay.
Decade-long break, 10-year break. Anyway, it's going to be back. It's up there, Eisenhower Park, which is in
New York. That's right.
And there's $100,000 purse, legendary pit masters, and so the categories there, they got the basic categories: chicken, pork, brisket, ribs, and whole hog. And then they have some ancillaries that some of them are kind of, apparently they say New York-esque.
Mm-hmm.
They got steak and wings, that's not whatever. And then meatballs and pastrami.
Okay.
I don't know, that's different.
Meatballs.
Yeah.
Meatball's a big thing, man. Like everybody talks about, like, especially when you're watching like whatever, like this is the best meatball recipe. You're like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
I thought the last one was the best
Right.
meatball recipe.
It's a meatball.
Yeah.
Are they just trying to throw shade at Texas? Like, why not? I know
No,
they're having
They
brisket
don't
in
even
there,
think
but
about Texas, James.
yeah, like, why not like the best taco? You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
why not bring something but pastrami?
Yeah, pastrami. It's huge.
The problem
When's
is
the last time you made pastrami?
I made it last year. It takes like 10 days to brine though, so they're not doing that on
You
site.
got to do that on site.
No, but
Or you're getting
yeah,
disqualified.
but you what's the famous place to get the Reuben there where it's
like Cat's Deli or one of those.
I don't know. There's a place in New York where they're just world famous for it.
It's one of those delicatessens.
Yeah,
up
I
there.
mean, it's hard to beat a good pastrami sandwich. I'm not gonna lie, man.
Hey, Jan, old
Yeah.
Arthur's came in and said, "Why don't you do it on site with Meathead? He's from Chicago, Chi-Town."
Maybe I should.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just show up at his house.
Yes, yeah. That can you imagine that?
Just shows up a 12 pack, just like,
Yeah. What up, meathead?
Yeah, that was old Arthur's barbecue
Yeah.
sauce.
Hey, maybe we will do that. Listen, in Meathead, right? AmazingRibs.com. And I heard him say the other day, he has the most successful cookbook. Did you hear that?
Well, I think it's definitely. I don't know if it's sold the
On
most
Am-
copies, but it's way up there.
Yeah, it's sold more than any other cookbook.
They'll tell us.
I'm like, damn, that's some.
good for him.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, it's a popular cookbook, and it's very interesting. It's not like not like a recipe book. And I think it has some recipes in it, but it's a lot of freaking science in that book, and he breaks it down so you can understand it. So I don't know if you've ever thumbed through it, but it's a pretty
No, I
good
have.
book.
Yeah, 100%.
Okay, so that's
Can
what we
you-
got off of that, and we'll have some links down below for what's that?
Did you look at the pictures, John, or did you actually?
I
read
just
it?
looked at the pictures. Yeah, 'cause
Okay.
you know I can't read.
Okay. There it
Okay, yeah, we're gonna have links for all this stuff. If you're listening later on, just scroll down and you'll find it. Smoke Slam has a new spokesperson. Melissa Cookston is the new spokesperson for Smoke Slam. I don't know. I guess that's a good thing. Kel wanted me to share that. She does a lot of good
That's
stuff,
a great
especially.
thing. What are you talking about?
Especially
She's amazing.
with no, of course she's great. I can't get her on the show to save my life, but
She's busy.
she's very busy, especially with the kids stuff. She's doing great with the kids, and she has her own, what is it, kids sanctioning body of barbecue competition. I don't remember what it's called, but she's killing it with the kids,
No, definitely.
which is great.
This is something you're going to see traveling around the rest of the United States. You're going to see a lot of these. Well, you already have it here in Texas. I don't know about other states, but I know Texas does. It's the high school competitions. This is becoming a bigger and bigger sport in high school. I know there's like IUL rules now. I don't know if we have to like test the kids for drugs or anything, but
Okay.
but I mean,
Okay.
I don't know. But I'm just saying, like, this is a thing, and these kids are competing all over the state of Texas against each other. And I think at the Worlds, they're bringing there's a category there, or they're going to the Worlds or something like that. I think I'm not sure, maybe making this stuff up, but I just think it's awesome to see that that this sport is growing, just for our youth. And I cannot wait to see like other states come on and go like, all right, let's start going. And then you're going to see it in college.
Mhm.
Dude, I'm
Yeah.
telling you, man.
Hey, Charlie King jumped on and said that they should have had a watch party.
Should have.
And then Michelle said,
Yes.
while eating crawfish.
That is-
100%. Okay, I've got a couple more things here. I know he's going to jump on here in just a couple of minutes. The next thing I saw is that Weber and Blackstone announced that they are entering into a definitive agreement to combine their businesses. Apparently, they're still going to run like two companies or whatever, but they're becoming one.
Merging.
Yeah, they're merging. I
Yeah.
guess that's the right word for it.
Okay.
And I don't know what that looks like as far as maybe there'll be some collaborations with some of their products, which would be pretty cool because they both, obviously both make some killer barbecue grills.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I did see. I took a picture or sent it to Raul. Weber came out with the limited edition matte black Weber.
oh yeah, kettle?
Yeah, looks cool. Yeah, the kettle.
Okay, sounds cool.
So there it is, right there.
Oh, that looks like AI. Okay, the last thing I got here is that there was a new grill debuted during the MBBQA/Shed family reunion that we actually got to play with a little bit. The Vforge.
That's right.
Yeah, our buddy Sylvester was out there showing this thing off, and that's a pretty cool little grill.
Oh,
Got to cook on it a little bit.
That thing actually got rave reviews from a lot of the judges for the state competition. They came out of their tent or the building, and they just kept talking about some of the steaks that come off there. Seasoned with salt only, cooked at 1800 degrees, not from the top but from the bottom.
Mhm.
And you have the option of moving it over if you get to a temperature or char that you like.
Yeah.
You don't want anymore. But you're cooking steaks in like 6 minutes, 5 minutes. And yeah, it put a perfect crust. And that's the one thing hard about the cooking a steak competition. A lot of people use the grill grates, but for this, it was so close to the fire that it got a char across the entire thing. It was really good, man. Really good.
Yeah, I got to use it too, and I love it. He's got 3 different options, I guess. There's like the bigger one, which is I think the one we played with, and then they've got, I don't forget what they called it. That's like the single wide version of it. And then they had one that looked like one of those rocket stove things.
So that's when I saw it, I thought it was a rocket stove, but that's not. But that actually you put a pizza oven attachment on top of that thing.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so you can grill on top of that or do the pizza oven on that as well. So I thought that was kind of cool.
All right. Well, if you want more info on that, again, we'll have a link for you. That's all we got for the hot off the grill barbecue news. I will say real quick, today's episode is brought to you by Chicks That Smoke Spicy Barbecue Seasoning, our favorite versatile seasoning that elevates any dish from smoked meats to roasted veggies, even popcorn. Whether you're grilling, smoking, or cooking in the kitchen, Chicks That Smoke will kick up the flavor. Chicks That Smoke Spicy Barbecue Seasoning available at SUCKLEBUSTERS.com or through the link in the episode description.
Beautifully read, John.
Thank you.
Yeah. Maybe you can
I'll
memorize
at
that
some point,
Maybe
right?
you can memorize that.
I feel like
That
good.
might be better.
Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe
Maybe.
say we're recorded, but you just don't get the same nuances, the same flair. So appreciate that, John.
Yeah. He appreciates it, Jane.
Hey, shout out anybody listening on TikTok. Drop us a comment.
Yeah, we're supposed to be live on TikTok. I don't know if it's working or not, but
That's cool. How much longer before we have Adam?
should
on?
be any minute now.
Okay. Yeah, I cannot wait to dive in with this guy. This guy's been he's definitely an old school guy, been cooking a long time, and got amazing seasonings. We were actually, well, we'll get into that in a second when he jumps in.
Well, if we've got just a minute, if he's not in here yet, do you guys want to do the mail call real quick?
Yeah, let's do it.
You got a box here. Somebody sent us. They actually sent us like 3 or 4 boxes. There was so much stuff.
Hey, real quick, Michelle said James Madison High School barbecue teams winning with the amp chicken.
There it is.
See?
Also, Southwest High School Smoking Dragons reserve grand champion at the SA High School cook-off.
Nice. That's crazy, man. Like I wish we'd have had this one when I was in school. That would have been cool.
Right.
I definitely would have done it.
Yeah, this stuff was sent to us by Flip Fork, which I think we used their Flip Fork, the spatula thing.
Yeah, we did.
Like years ago, and I don't know if you must have taken mine because I don't have mine anymore. But it's a cool spatula, and it's long. Which I like.
Finders, keepers, losers, weepers.
Is that how that works?
Yeah, it is. So we've got a couple of things out: the flipping chicken, the flipping burger, and the flipping steak.
Flipping steak.
So that's
and I'm
that's a
pretty sure
cool-
you can use this as a weapon as well.
Yeah, it's got a pokey thing.
It's like a home defense.
Spatula.
Is that
Dude,
5-in-1?
Let me ask you a question. Right now.
Yeah.
I'll tell you right now.
Pokey thing.
You're definitely grabbing that thing. If somebody's in my house, like,
Yeah, I don't know. I think the Boyer brush could do it too.
oh yeah, 1%.
I'm old school. I use a gun.
That's what I use. Yeah. Uh-oh.
That's great.
I hear
Anyways,
him.
hey, Flip Fork, we appreciate you sending this stuff out. We'll put it to use, and yeah, I mean, just try the seasoning.
Oh yeah. Hey, what's up, Adam?
Hey, what's going on?
Man, not much, man. Thanks for joining us tonight.
Thanks for having me.
Just really quick, this is a barbecue and beer podcast. I don't know if you drink or not, but we're all dry January is a thing. Today is the last day. But yeah,
Root beer, baby.
there it is. See, today this is a dry January. We can't be drinking, too much. So
Till Friday. Oh, that's a silver bullet, though.
no, it's root beer. It's fine.
Yeah.
Root beer.
See, Jan has this idea that it's just a light beer. Light beer doesn't count towards dry January, so he can still proclaim that
You can still pound them down.
I have been I mean a little bit, but yes, light beer does not count, and because it's light and it's got 4% alcohol.
Curveball doesn't count either.
Nope, that does not count.
Yep.
That's a barbecue whiskey.
Yep.
So yeah, man. Hey, so what's been going on?
Nothing much, man. Just kind of, laying low a little bit.
Yeah. So last time I saw you, we were out at the VFW in Pearland, and I actually posted up right next to you. And I was looking over, and I was like, man, I know this guy. And I was like, finally got a chance to say hi to you or whatever else. So I guess just obviously from those conversations is led to you coming on the show. So welcome. Definitely know who you are. Know the seasonings. And they're amazing. A lot of comp guys use them. I've definitely used them. And to be honest with you, man, it's kind of cool. Just sharing the stage with you here. But I didn't know that Paul was your cousin. I didn't have that. I didn't know. So that was one of the when we first got into doing a lot of comps with chasing more smoke. That was a Sean bought that pit, and hell, he still has it.
Right.
So Paul actually walked by and helped us figure it out, because we couldn't get the damn thing over 200 degrees. It just wouldn't go. And he's like, "Did you clean the stack?" And we're like, light bulb. We're like, Jesus, dude. We're in a competition, by the way. And we're like, dude, as soon as we cleared that stack, that thing went like 350 degrees. I mean, like in minutes. I was like, oh my God, we felt so dumb.
Yeah,
So,
Paul's actually, a lot of people thought Paul was my uncle.
okay.
Yeah, and he's actually my cousin. Paul's
Yeah,
my
yeah.
cousin, yes.
So he kind of got you into this, huh?
Yeah, I was his dishwasher for about 7-8 years before, he said, "Hey man, that's enough. You got to go."
Yeah, you do your own thing, man. Come on.
Right.
No, that's cool. No, that's cool. And I think that's kind of what barbecue is. Everybody has a way you got in. You learn. And Paul's an amazing cook, but everybody kind of goes their own direction, as well. And you yourself, obviously, you've mentored a lot of people. And I think James and I were talking earlier, and you kind of taken a step back in barbecue. You're kind of helping other people flourish.
Man, honestly, lately I just, people are telling me, "Man, I think you're a better teacher than a better cook." I don't know, how should I take that?
Yeah. Hey, tell them, you want to go outside and fight now, or what? What are we doing? No, that's good, man.
Yes.
Also, just want to say congratulations coming up. You've got you're gonna be tying the knot.
I think
No, sir.
Or you already did.
I tied the knot almost 3 years ago.
Oh, you already did. Oh shit. Okay, I'm sorry, man. We do our background here, and
I'm gonna be in a doghouse now. Appreciate you.
yeah, man. Oh yeah, I guess you got a new side piece. Dang, man.
You still said, "Who am I marrying?"
All right, turn his mic off.
Well, I'm Indian. I got a couple of them. Okay, so
Yeah, there it is. See, we knew. Come on, man. That's
wow.
funny. That's funny, man.
No, babe, I'm not marrying anybody.
Yeah, it's over. Yeah, I called it off.
You just got them divorced.
So what got you into doing your own thing for the seasonings?
Man, I'm gonna tell you the story, and I'm gonna be straight up with you.
Yeah.
And I was a big pork pachanga, boil. God, I forgot what it's called. Aaron Bisher used to have this seasoning. Him and Miss Page, rest in peace. And it was, babe, do you remember was it called Pollo Loco?
I don't know.
God, I can't remember. But anyway, I was a big user of the chicken. And what's his name took it over? God, what's his name?
Oh, Todd.
Todd Nelson took it over. And we were in Leander. And I said, "Hey, Todd, I need some more Pollo Loco because I'm out." He goes, "Yeah, man, I get you some. Don't worry about it. I got it. I got it." Well, at the end of the cook-off, I didn't get to use it. I mean, I didn't walk. I came up to him at the end. I said, "Hey, man." He goes, "Man, I'll get you next time." So I said, "You know what? In my mind, of course, no disrespect. I was like, man, F that. I'm going to brew something myself. And that's what got me started.
Yeah, you're like, "Hey, hold my beer, watch this."
Yeah,
Yeah.
root beer.
Yeah. No, no, that's cool. So I mean, had you ever made seasonings before this, or
No. I tried a couple of times, and Paul was like, "Man, just kind of tweak it here and there." But that chicken one it's still my number one seller. My
Really?
ham chicken, yes. And the pork's actually doing real well now in the boom, and they they fluctuate here and there, but those there are very, they're very good.
Yeah, no kidding, man. No, I definitely I definitely feel the same. I've had the chicken, and honestly, we've played around with making seasonings, and I'm gonna tell you, man, it is so hard. It's so hard to figure out that profile that you're really looking for. And we have cooked, I don't know, thousands of dollars of products,
Right.
trying to get something to come out the way that I want it to come out, or come out the way James wants to come out. And definitely commend you on putting together the line of AMP. The name itself, was that something you just kind of
Well, remember, I started with one seasoning, so it was called Adam Martinez Pollo.
Okay.
And then I got tied the knot, and and it became. Well, I take it back. I made AMP pork, and it was called Adam Martinez product. So then Michelle came in the picture and she made a couple of them. So they all call it now all Michelle's products. Yeah. So
He is married.
yeah. Oh, yeah. He's a lifer.
and if I walk, oh, way to go, Michelle. You know how that goes.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
And Raul, feel free to jump in if we got any comments in the chat.
Hey,
Hey, but
Chad,
let's not forget where Michelle came from, you know. Mhm.
That's right. That's right.
Chad jumped in and said that Adam is the Mr. Miyagi.
Okay.
And that they use your products at his restaurant in LaPorte.
He sure
is.
does.
Yeah. That's Chad Warden, man.
Yes, he sure does.
Yeah.
He's got a whole mafia in our chat group here.
Mhm.
I know,
They're
man.
going crazy. That's awesome. So how long ago was that when the first seasoning came about?
It was in baggies in 2019.
Nice.
Okay.
Yeah, I would actually give it away a lot. You know, I would give a bottle here once I got the bottles going, and then Michelle stopped that because I was having bottles every time I went to a cook-off. Hey man, use this. Hey, use this, and yeah, she put it into that real quick.
So that, yeah, right. Hey, that's our profit. You can't give that away. Yeah. No, it's also, I mean, that's you're winning, right? You're winning on it. You know, like, hey, that's the one thing about competition barbecue that I've seen kind of change a little bit. And there's obviously a lot of cooking process that comes into it, but not everybody gives away their secret sauce or secret seasoning. But I mean, back in the day, nobody gave anything away. I mean, people used to tape all their bottles up. I mean, they're like, you're not going to know what's in this thing. You know, I may show you that it's, you know, what Lane's brisket rub or a or whatever, a Fiesta seasoning. Yeah, it's on the bottle, but that's not what's in it. You know, it's somebody else's stuff or something you made yourself. So, but I see a lot more people sharing like what they're using.
Yeah.
You know, and especially being a rub guy that you've got a bunch of rubs. Now you're promoting your own stuff. Like, hey, you can win too. Follow this process or buy these seasonings. You know.
Yes, there's a lot of great products out there.
There are, you know, it's a community, but everybody helps everybody, you know.
Yes,
and that's the cool part about it. Hey, just really quick, when you were at VFW, what walk did you get a walk-in brisket?
it was chicken.
Damn, see, there it is. Chicken's always coming back, man.
Well, you see, I was doing like a little class. Remember?
Yep, that's right.
So he got a chicken walk and he got I think, I don't know, like a 12, 13 rib or something like that.
Yeah.
But
Hey, let me tell you, I was so shocked. I wasn't even holding the number, the ticket, you know, and somebody's like on that third place rib. They're like, hey man, hey, that's you. And I was like, man, don't mess with me right now. I'm so tired. I know that ain't me, you know. But yeah, that was that was a cool event. And I think somebody on a roll, were you saying that that's like what is VFW? Are they hosting for the IPCA? They're doing some kind of qualifier, or they're doing somebody was saying that will be a qualifier for
Yeah, for their championship or something.
or something. So, I don't know. So that's one of my favorite cook-offs here that's locally. It's just a great organization. So
it is a fun cook-off. It is.
What is Chad Warden over there saying? Hopefully he got a full class. Oh, not a half-ass. Oh man, Chad got
He's the only student that I have that hasn't GC'd.
Chad?
Yeah.
Damn, Chad, you gotta step up your game, man.
Eddie said you were just as old as Mr. Miyagi. He wanted to make sure you knew that.
Okay.
That's the pit father for you.
Yeah. That's funny.
That's awesome. So I know your rubs are out there at the barbecue store in Hempstead. Any plans to get them closer to Houston, where we can go pick them up at a store somewhere? Or
We're probably maybe by the summer.
Okay.
Yes.
Nice.
So we're working on it.
Yes. Sir.
Other than that, can they go online, or is it?
Yes.
Okay.
They can go online. Yes.
Okay.
At the barbecue store.
Yes. Yeah. Go ahead. So at the Hempstead one, or do you have your own?
Yes, sir. At the Hempstead.
Okay. Perfect. Nice. No, badass, dude.
Where you go to win, you know?
That's what you got to do, right? That's where you go to win. So you're doing classes now. What's that like?
I like it. I like the one-on-ones, and I'd rather do the hands-on.
Yeah.
You know, not the shadow classes. I mean, but the shadow classes, if that's what you want, then that's what you'll get. I just like the cook, you know, to actually, you know, do hands-on. And of course I'm there and we're mixing, we're cutting, saucing, boxing, the whole thing, you know.
Yeah. So yours is more of a true. It's a comp, like you're doing a competition class.
Yes.
Okay. And is it tailored for like the CBA side, or is it the IBCA?
It's both.
Okay.
Yes, it's both.
Nice.
Yeah, I like that. Like, you've seen some of the classes where like you're talking about the shadowing versus, but I like being able to, okay, you show me, you teach me, let me do it. So I actually learn it, because if I just sit there and watch you do it, I'm going to pick up some of it, but I'm going to lose. Some of it's going to go over my head as far as you just trying to tell me what it is. So I do like that style of teaching.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Oh, for sure. And honestly, I mean, like I knew we talked about it that day at the VFW, but I probably had a few beers. But
No.
I've never really, like, going to a competition and bringing somebody in to do a class at the same time. That's got to be nerve wracking. And then obviously they got the calls, so that right there is like proof. You know, that you know, with instruction and moving through that
Mhm.
you know, you're definitely going to learn from it.
Like the product and the process.
Yeah.
Mhm.
No, definitely. But I think I'd rather do the one-on-one if I was going to take a one-on-one, because you're dealing with timetables and you're dealing with a lot of people around you, and there's a lot of moving parts versus just let's do a rib cook, and let's do a boxing, and let's do we'll go start to finish, but I don't have to worry about these crazy timetables. I don't have to worry about, you know, trying to get set up for the next cook in a matter of minutes, because I've got to get ribs off, or I've got to get chicken off, or whatever, right? That would be a little nerve-wracking for me, to be honest with you. I think I'd rather the other way. If they want to get a hold of you and host, and you want to host another cooking class, how would somebody do that?
You can email me or call me on my cell.
Okay. Well, I don't know if you want to give your cell phone out right now, but an email, if you want to give your email out, that'd be great.
Yeah, it's thecutter11@yahoo.com.
There it is,
Like
man.
THECUTTR11@yahoo.com.
Perfect. Hell yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I got a question. Going back to your beginnings, your first competition that you did by yourself, was that immediate success? Or
Trash.
That's what I wanted to hear.
what happened?
Yeah,
What
man,
happened?
come on.
I think you know what, put it that way. And I'll tell you a little story. I met Michelle back in 2019, and you know, I took her to a couple of cook-offs. I think the first one was Leander, and Eddie was there, and you know, I didn't get no walks, right? And did we do one more, babe, or no?
The next one you grant reserved. Or
Yeah, and she started thinking, you know, when after that Leander, I was like, man, this boy can't cook.
Yeah, right. That's
But
right.
you know, I got a little hot spot after that. I think I reserved, GC'd, and reserved, and everything went well after that. But yeah, it was kind of rough at first. You know, I was one of those where the numbers get close and you get excited and I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
you know, God, it was so close. But
Yeah.
no cigar. But you know, as I can say this, the more you cook, the better you get at. I don't care what anybody says.
Yeah, right.
You know, Michelle cooked, you know, a good while, and I sit back, and Michelle got on fire. I mean,
Mhm.
she was hitting it. Better cook. Yeah, that's fine. She's a better cook than me. She cooks more than me.
Yeah,
You
right.
know, I think if you're consistent cooking, you get better at your craft.
No, I 100% agree. It's something we have a trouble with, is that we do a lot of home cooks. Obviously we want to compete when we can. But if you're not practicing like you're competing, I think that's a mistake that people make. You've really got to practice the same way you're going to compete. Your timetables have to be down. Being consistent is something that we strive to do. But if you don't do it a lot and you take that break, it's rust, and you don't realize it, but you do get rusty, and then you just don't perform as well. And you know, it's whether you didn't get the timetable down to where you want to turn in the first quarter of everybody turning in, you know, the first 25 people, first 30 people, you know, or you want to be one of the last people turning in. Whatever your method is, that it generally works for you, that you've had success with, you want to stay with it. You know, there've been too many times where I've been able to, hey, we got to change this season, we got to change this, and you know, it's a lot of times it's not about this. It's not about just all the flavors. It's really the cooking process and the cut of meat itself. So trying to set yourself with with the best possibilities out there, right? So buy a good piece of meat. Use really good fresh seasonings. If you got old stuff sitting in your cupboard, you probably don't want to use that. Ditch them. Go order some more in. But I think that's how we have found success in the past. But I do got something really quick. Eddie, what is that? Eddie Morales. Yeah. Wants to know what's up with Candace.
She's gone.
Okay.
It's Michelle's listening. Candace is gone.
Okay. I didn't.
Trying to get somebody in trouble. What's wrong with you, man?
R.I.P. Candace.
Yeah.
Yep.
No, that was Eddie. That was all Eddie.
It's all. I didn't want to say it. I didn't even want to ask the question, but it got thrown up. So
yeah, I saw it and I started. I don't want to lie, but I was kind of like reminiscing. I better stop. Yeah.
And then and somebody said you like Wendy better.
Oh my God.
Oh, sweet Jesus. What is wrong with you?
I don't know. I mean, I can't help it. I just read.
I was a socio before I met Michelle.
Okay.
So those are all the names that come from.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. So
hey, Chad did say the first time I guess he cooked after taking class, he got third.
He did, man. He did real well. He actually beat his brother in brisket, I believe. And he was real happy about that.
Man, those two guys are still competing. They're competing in the same town right now with restaurants.
Oh, so yeah, they're both good guys, man.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Hey, they want to know what was the first name of the all-purpose?
What was the first name of the all-purpose?
Yeah, your all-purpose. What was it first called?
I don't remember.
Sorry, Charlie.
Fajita White? I don't know.
Yeah. That's funny.
Where did the name or the Ant Mafia? How did that start?
Well, Mr. Clark, Tom Clark with the JC's Good Old Boys, he's the one that came up with that name. The Mafia.
The Mafia.
At the end, it became, and then Tim called it Ant Mafia.
Okay.
It was Tom Clark who started it, and then from there it's been Ant Mafia. Yes, we have a special day too on Fridays. We got Fire That Pit, caps. It's all fun, like we say. We know it's all a big family, and we all enjoy it.
No, man,
that's badass.
Hey,
that's
so
cool.
They want you to know that Mr. Miyagi is better looking, so they shouldn't have called you that, and that you should have gave out your fax number because you're that old. And they're sure that all your recipes are on CDs.
Yeah.
See what kind of friends I have? You see?
Yeah.
Wow, with friends like that.
Hey, they're mad because I'm 53 and they ain't gonna look this good when they're 53.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
That's
and for the record, I do dye my beard.
Hey.
Let me ask you this: Was Michelle already cooking barbecue or competing at all when y'all got together, or is that?
She was. I mean, she knew the basics of it. She did do like backyard cooks, but not to this extreme, And even though she says she didn't, she watched. Let me tell you, she watched and watched and watched, and I let her go. And that was a bad idea. Not a bad idea, but she's a beast. Yeah, she is.
Yeah.
What grills or smokers do you cook on?
Well, lately we've been cooking on Brooks drums.
Yep.
Okay, I have Top Notch. I first started with Larry Barber's. And then and then Stephen Powell's, Larry Barber's. Then Brooks, then we cook with the Top Notch ones that we have are the show ones, like for the rodeo. Michelle uses those.
Nice.
Yes, sir. And of course, my old Smoky and my old Faithful for my chicken.
Okay. Yeah, that's the thing. You want something that's gonna be a grill, or more of a grilled chicken than you do for a. I mean, I don't mind a little smoke or whatever else, but I'm looking the temperature to get there at a certain time, and then
Is that a secret? Is that something that because I talked to my buddy Carlos at work, and I'm pretty sure he does chicken on the Old Smoky as well for his competitions.
Yeah, I mean, I can actually set it in it every time at 400 for an hour, and it's done.
Really?
Huh.
Okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, that's one of the first grills I think we had growing up as kids was the Old Smoky sit on the front porch.
Mhm.
You know, you had to get a stool or something to sit next to it because it was so low to the ground. But man, you're right. Once you get it set, that thing will just maintain temperature.
Jan had a we did a lot of tailgating for U of H back in the day. I don't remember what year that was, but it was always bringing the Old Smoky out, and we'd fire it up and we'd grill up something. But we were never really the smartest cats in the world when it came to maybe fire safety and protecting our property or whatever. But we'd get done with the grill, and Jan or somebody, I don't know, I had the bright idea to put this Old Smoky in the
inside. I put it in my
cab of the truck.
I didn't want somebody to steal it, and
It's like a $30 grill.
I didn't have any money. And look, when you're poor like me, that I had to take it home that night and cook on it again, right? Because this thing, that's what I cooked on. So when I brought it out, I was like, man, somebody's gonna take this grill. I got to put it up. So I didn't really snuff the coals out, so it was still really warm. And I just lifted the back seat up and set it inside, and it fit. And I was like, man, it fit. Let's look at that. Let's go to the game. So we went to the game. We came back, and I remember getting in my truck, and I was like, what happened to my truck? I forgot there was even an Old Smoky back there. And I was like, man, it stinks in here. This is horrible. I'm cooking like 225 degrees in this pit. You know, I could have smoked something.
Why is it so warm?
Yeah. And then somebody had already opened the door, and they pulled it out and put it in the back of the truck. So I wasn't even thinking about it. You know, I was like, man, it stinks. I didn't want to say anything. So, man, my truck stinks so bad. I got to clean this thing out. It wasn't until the next morning that I saw all the ashes that had come through the bottom of it and had fallen on the on the floor mat. And it was like covered. I was like, where all this dirt come from? And I'm like, oh man, those are ashes. And I was like, oh my God, I could have burned my whole truck down at a parking lot, you know. But again, I couldn't afford it, man. I needed that pit. So
funny.
yeah.
Yeah. The Old Smoky cooks great.
Yeah.
It really does. And Troy from Old Smoky, he's a pretty kind guy. He takes care of me, you know. And they're actually based here in Houston. And it's he's giving me a tour of the actual plant. And man, everything's real old, like super in it, maybe 1918s or something. And it's unique to see how it's built here in Houston in that factory. Yeah.
Damn, that's cool. Where are they located at?
It's on God. I always forget the street. I mean, but it's literally right in downtown, inside of downtown.
Okay, downtown.
Right behind St. Arnold's Brewery.
Yeah. Okay.
It's on something with Maury Street or something like that, I believe.
Yeah. No, definitely. No, that's badass. We can check them out. We need to reach out.
Yeah. I got a question. What is Get Up Chucky? What does that mean? What is that referencing?
When I walk, I flex.
Okay.
So when they say Get Up Chucky, yeah.
Okay.
Nice. All right.
Yeah.
Cool. Welcome to the gun show.
Yeah.
All right.
So you got any comps you're fixing to get ready for?
I think we're doing the Hornet's Nest. Is that correct, Michelle?
Springfest.
Springfest. God, I always get them mixed up. Matias holds a one down there in is Victoria back? Beeville.
Okay.
And I don't think we've ever cooked it, huh, Beth?
No.
So it's going to be our first time cooking it, but everybody says it's a real nice event and stuff. So we're going to go out there.
Nice.
And we'll be in Humble this weekend as well,
Houston.
helping out. Then we have Houston at the end of the month, Houston Rodeo.
Yeah. No, I was just going to ask, are you guys going to be out there?
Yes. Michelle has her own, she cooks for a tent and I cook for a tent.
Badass.
That's
So we're
awesome.
competing.
Yeah.
I
And then
like
go
that.
for Michelle last year, but hey, we're not talking about that.
That's it, man.
Maybe we should.
Yeah. I know, man. That's funny. That is funny.
We always have a little bit on the show, and it's something that we have the barbecue win, barbecue fail, and we always ask our guests to share. And I know it's preemptive, or we little bit of a ambush on you as far as a barbecue fail, but we always like to talk about our fails. Really put it out there so people can make fun of us. No, I'm not saying that, but we learn from our fails and a lot of our own little mishaps, and hopefully nobody nobody follows suits and they learn from our lessons, whatever. In your cooks, any recent fails, anything that really pops to mind, especially after the competing in cooking in your day-to-day life or whatever?
Well, I personally don't like, well, I don't know how it gets that way, but I don't know if it's irrelevant, but I cooked a discount tire chicken last week.
I don't even know what that means.
Yeah,
My wife told me it was rubbery.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
So, and I know why it was rubbery. I'm not going to say, but I know why it was rubbery like that. I said, okay, I won't use that again. Yeah, that was a fail for me because my wife's a real big critic. I mean, she is like, ever since COVID, my taste buds is totally different.
Yeah.
So I do lean to her as far as, taste or savory or a lot of times I can't taste, what she tastes.
Yeah.
Where do you think people go wrong with chicken?
I think they dry it.
Just overcooked.
Overcooked, I believe. You know what? I was talking to Bobby Delgado from San Antonio with 4D drums. We're talking about chicken back and forth because he's getting ready to cook chicken for the first time in Houston and Chicago. And I told him that, he wants his chicken. Pretty chicken doesn't win. I mean, I hate to say, and I saw a lot of pictures from San Antonio, and those chickens were not, oh man, that's a beautiful chicken. It's your flavor inside. I can understand appearance to a certain point,
yeah,
but it doesn't have to be immaculate chicken for you to win. I'm just saying.
Yeah. No, I hear you. That's something that, that I've kind of thought about in the past, and you said it really well right then, because I was always wanting this chicken to look a certain way. It had to pop, right? It had to have the perfect, color on it. When you hit the sauce on it, I wanted that sheen to look so good, and it's so far-fetched to what to really what you're looking at. And it's like I always found myself the skin would be a little rubbery. It would be it wouldn't chew through the way it should, and I needed to do a little more heavier or higher temp to help kind of render some of that fat out of there. But I was so worried about it, I didn't want to raise it too fast because I was splitting the skin, and how is that going to look if you split the skin, and all these things. And at the end of the day, you have to remember, like, they're going to open the box and they're going to see a piece of chicken that they just saw 12 of them before you or 10 of them before you, and that's not the wow factor. Yeah, it's like, yeah, you have a piece of chicken in here, but how did it cut? How does it taste? And I think that's the part people remember. So I agree. I think they're looking for that perfect look, but they're and they got a good season on there. But it's okay, great. But what did you do to the bird itself, the chicken flavor itself? Did you give it as much flavor in there as you can? That's something that I think that we've worked on probably the last couple of years, is trying to sink as much flavor in there without being something different than chicken. At the end of the day, it still has to be a piece of chicken. You can't be too all over the place with it.
We can't inject it with brisket tallow.
No,
Okay.
you can't brisket tallow.
It might be good. I don't know.
I don't. It's not going to be good.
They want to know wing tip or no tip.
Wing tip all day long.
Yeah, it looks funny, doesn't it? It just
it
stops.
looks like a knob, a little.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about the positioning of the bird? Do you do?
I do chest front.
Chest front. Okay.
Breast. Sorry.
Yeah. Well, we don't.
There goes Michelle corrected me.
Hey, we're fully correct. We can say chest. It's whatever.
Breastises.
Yeah, chestises.
Whatever you want to say, it's fine.
Yeah. That's funny.
Way to make it weird.
Ugly birds win.
Yeah, it's actually great news for us.
I'm gonna repeat this every time I see a good looking chicken. I'm like, Ugly birds win. You lost. I'm just gonna walk off.
Don't get me wrong. A pretty chicken is a pretty chicken. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And some guys out there cook a great chicken, pretty chicken, and it tastes fabulous inside.
Yeah.
You know, Eric Malice has a great chicken. Bobby, you know, chicken fry.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
Oh,
You know,
Bill
all those
Curtis.
guys
Oh, yeah.
there. Yeah, their chicken is
Yeah.
pretty good.
When you have an opportunity to do chicken and you can pick and choose. It's not, I guess IBCA is still the half chickens, but when you get into the other competitions, you can kind of pick and choose what you want to do. Do you just still stick with the half chickens?
I do. I play a lot with thighs as well.
Okay.
Yeah, I did. You know, I helped Bill out. He had a class up in Oklahoma, and they did thighs, and that's pretty. It's pretty nice. You know, once you get the whole hang of cleaning and you know, running the thigh and all the process of it. It's a challenging thing because you can easily bust some skins out. But yeah, I like thighs myself.
Yeah, well, they can hold a lot of flavor, but you know, I mean, it's an art form. Watching somebody take that skin and just shave the back side of it, that isn't. I mean, I've done this, and
It's not
it
easy.
takes me 10 times longer than probably Bill or you or anybody else. Because man, they'll run that knife right through, and they're just shaving the back side of this skin and just pulling a lot of that fat out, and it happens almost in a couple of minutes or something. And I'm like, do this in a couple of minutes? Like I'm like 30 minutes into it. I'm like, I got 6 more to do. You know what I mean? Like my prep time is way longer than it's. But you know, I mean, you gotta practice makes perfect. But man, that's an art form.
Yes.
You got Fred Robles jumped on here and wants to know if you got boxers or briefs.
Damn, Fred just went off like that.
Yeah.
Hey, yeah.
I wear briefs.
And
Yeah.
then Eddie wants to know if you do shiny foil or dull foil.
Man, why you gonna ask the questions like that's funny,
Those are key questions though. Honestly, it depends how shiny your chicken. You don't want your foil shinier than your chicken. So
Yeah.
you know, you go back.
No, yeah. No, I
You know
get
what I
it.
mean? You
Yeah,
gotta hit the
that's-
dough every once in a while.
That's it.
When you're right, you're right.
Yeah.
Somebody said this they sauce their foil.
Yeah, right. I don't even
What's up,
sauce
LC?
I sauced the foil, man.
Yeah. That's why we're losing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chad said I guess I missed that part of the class.
You didn't pay attention, Chad. That's the
Yeah.
problem.
Take your notes, man. What's wrong with you?
Oh, there goes Gianno JJ Daly. Well, I'll call him JJ, but his name is James Daly.
I don't think so.
He's from the big dog. What? Doghouse.
Okay.
He's a real cool guy too, man. He's a great cook as well.
Oh yeah. Oh, we got LC barbecue in the house.
Yes, I gotta clean his deer stand. Every time I go to his deer stand, I dirty it, or either I leave something behind, and he blasted me and told me to clean his deer stand.
Yeah. You got
Just bottles of amp seasoning, just like everywhere.
yeah, right.
Yeah.
I tried to put amp chicken on the corn, and
Right.
that
Yeah.
didn't work.
Yeah, they're eating the shit out of this corn. I can't
Yeah.
stop.
Yeah.
When he's not here, there probably are.
Yeah. That's funny. That's funny,
funny.
man. So so you've got a tremendous amount of rubs out. Which one's your most successful one?
Probably my chicken, to be honest.
chicken?
with you.
It's
And pork right now, Michelle says.
okay. Well, she's hitting with it right now.
Yeah, and boom, the most sold. But the boom actually, you know, we had Ira Green's a daughter compete with the is it the juniors, babe, or the kids queue? She
Okay.
GC'd, and he said, I brought that old magic bottle of that you gave me a while back out. Thanks a lot, brother. You know, and,
Yeah.
you know, she GC'd for a little girl. That's pretty awesome. You know, for them to reach out to me and tell me, hey, you know, that makes us feel good. You know,
Pretty cool.
Damn. That is badass.
Well, Adam, we appreciate you jumping on with us. If folks want to get a hold of your seasonings, you said it's at the barbecue store in Hempstead. What's the name of that website again?
www.thebarbecuestore.com. Hey, we don't hide nothing. We don't sugarcoat it here.
Here's the thing. So next
Oh,
time
man.
when we have you on, because there will be a next time, we might just have both y'all on.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think
Yeah.
probably.
Wow.
It's
Too good.
It's never enough with Adam, right? It's never enough with Adam, I tell you.
no, man. Well, listen, I definitely appreciate everything you're doing. You're obviously giving back to the barbecue community through mentorship, teaching, also talking a little shit, which is great. Really, thank you so much for joining us, and cannot wait to do this thing again.
Awesome, man. Thanks for having me.
Yep.
Appreciate you, brother.
Appreciate it.
Yes, sir. Y'all have a good night.
You too.
Take care, bud.
Hi, I'm Dave, host of the Beer in Front podcast. Every week, I'll talk about a beer that maybe we've forgotten along the way while we're getting those check-ins and badges. Sometimes I'm going to talk about a new beer that has potential to be a classic. You could check out the podcast wherever you listen, or you could catch videos over on YouTube and TikTok. Remember, sometimes the beer in front of you is the best one yet. Cheers.
Good dude.
I know, man.
Obviously a competitor, and sounds like a great teacher. I guess if anybody that's watching is interested in taking his classes, he did drop his email, but if you can't figure it out or whatever, just reach out to us and we'll connect you.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, the people in the chat, I mean, just the what would you say?
It was lively.
Well, I mean, it's a testament to who he is and the people that he's
Worked with, collabed
mentored,
with, yeah.
and worked with, and friends with. That
It was
they
lively
all
in there.
they all love each other and love to give it. I mean, that's what it's all about. It's what barbecue's all about.
Hey, Charlie Kings
Carlos.
Jr. He said, "What's up?" And his
There he is.
boy James.
Yeah. What's up, buddy?
Who's James?
I don't
Hey,
know.
is this a real question? I'm not sure because there was a lot of them that were funny.
Yeah.
This Raul says pocket chicken or no pocket chicken.
Hmm.
Dan, we should have asked that.
Yeah, I don't know what that
Yeah.
means.
I don't know. Is this
Yeah.
like
I'm gonna go pocket chicken. Always. Yeah, that's funny.
Chicken Fried Barbecue came on and said that he won his first walk with his seasoning.
With okay,
Yeah.
nice.
Damn.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's badass. That is badass.
LC Barbecue came on and said, "Great show. Keep it up, guys."
Nice.
Appreciate
we
it,
do.
brother.
Hey, we
No.
got a beer we need to talk about here.
Let's do it.
We didn't even.
Oh my
we forgot to
God.
bring it up at
This
the
is-
beginning. This is the Grab and the Brisket
Beer
review, and this is a James. You brought this. We're wrapping up this. soul
We're
darn-
still into dry January.
This is it though. We're done after
We're
this.
fixing to avalanche into like wet February
Fuck that
or
February.
whatever the analogy you want to come up with or term or whatever. But yeah, we got the Corona non-alcoholic beer.
Mm,
We'll give it a sample. We'll taste it.
Yeah, man. This is. I've never in my life. I've never even had one before we started this January. And again, because I have been drinking light beer, I still consider myself to be partaking in dry January.
Right.
But this is actually a non-alcoholic beer, so there it is. Boom.
Yeah, it kind of tastes like regular Corona to me.
Honestly, yeah. I mean, if you're never really been a big fan of Corona or some of them, well, I used to be like a huge Dos Equis fan and got into some of those type or styles of lager. But I kind of got out of that probably ever since I got into started drinking like the Coors Light, Bud Light, those Miller Lite, canned beer. I got away from the clear bottles and the green bottles because
They're always skunky, right?
they just put off a like certain distinctive taste to them.
That's pretty good beer, though, man. I'm not gonna lie.
It's good. It's
It-
solid. I mean,
tastes
honestly,
like
I
Corona.
couldn't tell the difference from a regular Corona or this right here.
Yeah, I like Corona.
Hey,
I
it
like all
quenches
those
my
beers.
thirst.
Yeah,
Man. That's one of my favorites.
this right here with the lime. I mean,
Yeah.
like whatever. I would drink the hell out of that.
From where they came, like that O'Doul's tastes like
Yeah.
Elmer's paste.
Yeah,
you know
right.
that shit was nasty.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, we got at the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo when I volunteered my services out there at the
Okay,
barbecue
very good.
championship. Keeping the beer cold. But we do keep. I'm not sure what they have out this year, but we did have the O'Doul's for a while, and then there are a couple other brands that they came out with that we would keep, and I mean maybe a sixer, maybe a 12-pack,
Mhm.
and it would just sit and just float in the
Nobody wanted
in
it.
the ice for like 4 days straight. You might get one or two. And I tried one of those. I was like, man, this tastes like ass. This sucks. This like, this right here, I would drink this.
Yeah. I'm
Yeah.
gonna get the wraps. You know the wraps you do like for beer cans, and I'm
Mhm.
gonna wrap every one of my beers in non-alcoholic beer wraps. I'm gonna throw them in the cooler, and nobody will drink them. And if they do drink them, shame on them.
Yeah,
If they do drink them, you
Right.
fuck somebody.
you're gonna
on
get
their-
Raul all
Yeah,
fucked up. He's like,
yeah.
Exactly.
I had 6 of your non-alcoholic beers. Go
Yeah.
fuck yourself, Jan.
Right.
I don't know why I got the urge
Yeah.
to take my clothes off.
Yeah. Oh man, that's great. Yeah. Sorry.
Uh,
Hey, sorry back. You're back to day one. Sorry. Yeah. Dang. That's cool.
Hey, barbecue daddies jumped on here and they said they only show up for the beer review.
Let's
I
go.
appreciate it, man. Come on.
Beer
Uh,
doesn't count. Eric Arnold wants you to know that. So you're good on the dry January.
Agreed.
All right.
So if you'll read that right there, the one you're showing,
This one.
that right there. Yeah.
Okay. It says the chicken brisket or chicken breast, one side has a pocket, one side doesn't. We call it the pocket P
Okay. Yep.
side. You don't turn it in, you leave it.
Yeah. We've talked about that.
hmm
Mm.
We didn't. Wait, listen. What's weird is we didn't call it that.
You know, I never heard it called that, but I know exactly what it's talking
No.
about.
Yeah. I just like now. I'm like, dang.
It's the chicken pocket.
Hey, Pit
Yeah,
Life
China.
Barbecue wants Jan to know that he's a genius.
Hey, thank you, Pit Life. God
Yeah.
bless-
Okay.
Hey,
Can
God,
we
said
just,
it.
yeah, you're throwing stuff around. It's clearly
God bless.
God bless you, sir. Thank you so much for saying that. I
Jan's
just-
gonna if he can figure out how to screenshot that thing, he's gonna screenshot
know,
it and then he's gonna print it off and just hang it on his wall.
that's Johnny Mags up there in the
Yeah.
Northeast. I was just telling these guys today how much I enjoyed your show and been enjoying talking to you guys. And then you say some shit like that.
Yeah.
Uh,
You know, greatness knows greatness. You know what I mean?
well, okay. Hey, we got a barbecue win, barbecue fail. I'm gonna
Yeah.
share that before we give a score. How's
Let's
that
go.
sound?
Yeah.
And this is from Spaceman Test Kitchen, which he does the Spaceman knives. I don't know if you've seen his
Mhm.
knives before.
sure
He does
have.
some cool stuff. Okay. It says, so this one time when I lived in Oregon, I hadn't cleaned my old Brinkman offset in a while. I had some butts to smoke and didn't put any thought into the fact that it had rained the night before. Started the fire, got them going. As all the delicious fat rendered and dripped into the smoker, it was just enough for all that oil, fat, and grease to spill off the top of the standing water and into the firebox, turning the whole thing into one giant grease fire. Moral of the story: clean your pits and close your smokestacks.
Mm.
So yeah, I guess it filled up the chamber with water when it rained, and then the grease just made it.
It floats on top. Yeah, I've seen this happen. It's definitely a rookie move. I wouldn't have made that mistake.
Okay.
But
Yeah. It seems like a
Yeah.
trend. It's always just stuff just burning, stuff burning up,
There's
burning
fire,
down.
a lot of fire.
A lot of fire.
Hey, well, you lost that day, Mr. Spaceman, but you are a winner, Jan.
You
Tell them
did.
what they've won.
you did win some Suckabusters. Yeah, I think Suckabusters has. Don't
That
you look
you
at
have
me.
to,
Don't you look at me like that.
jingle, or it
Nope,
didn't happen.
no
What is
jingle.
happening here?
No jingle today.
Mm.
Listen, go to Suckabusters. They got about 100 different Suckabuster seasonings out there. I like the chicks that smoke. You can find one you like. No, John? Suckabusters. Everybody wants some Suckabusters.
There it is. That's
There.
why the people come, Jan.
Yeah, it is where they come. Yeah, so yeah, listen, they like I said, they got about 100 different ones. And they started their, what's their other one? That line they started with them. It was the
Success Seasonings.
Success Seasoning. They're doing a lot of private labeling for if
Mhm.
you're in a restaurant and you're like, hey, I just don't, I don't know what seasonings, whatever. You can have them wrap and have them do your own.
Really good seasonings.
Yeah, and then it's your brand on there, but you're just buying bulk at that point. And you're not having to go to a manufacturer. You're not having to. There's a whole lot of things they take care of for you, and they built an entire business out of this. So I think their son now is running that side of the business. So, but definitely give them a chance. Look them up. And like I said, they've got a shit ton of seasoning. They've
Mhm.
been going at this for a long, long time. Definitely regarded in the barbecue community.
Hey, Pit Life just wanted to be clear that the fake labels to protect your beer, genius.
No, 100%.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're not trying to
Thank
get
you for clarifying.
we're not trying to get somebody to get off the wagon, right? We're trying to say, hey, nobody's going to pull that beer.
Mhm.
Big bold letters, non-alcoholic. Ain't nobody drinking that.
Hey, real quick, I wanted to just shout out Chad. Chad came in with a barbecue fell real quick. He just wants y'all to know that his first barbecue cook-off, he dropped his brisket in the ashes of the drum, but still came in 7th.
That's a barbecue win, baby.
It is.
That is a barbecue
That
win.
is a win.
Yeah, all day long.
Like I think I need to hear more details about that. It's like, what
Yeah.
point in that cook did it drop in? You know what I mean? Was it the very
Yeah.
beginning? Now you got to like start brushing
Well,
off
it's set
ash.
in the
or-
ashes,
Huh?
right? So I mean,
Yeah, I mean, it could have 3 hours into it or whatever.
know.
I don't know. I'm like,
yeah.
I'm comparing it, or at least I have the visualization where I was trying to carry the briskets to the
2 of them at once.
to 2 briskets at the same time to the barbecue pit,
What-
and I'm
trying
like,
to palm them.
yeah, try to palm them, like both of them, and I'm carrying them by the fatty end, the point of the brisket, and I'm like, I got this. I got like 40 feet to go to
hey,
to get to the
These
barbecue
things
pit.
started to stretch out, right? I'm like, it's just like
You're not gonna make
Right.
it.
These motherfuckers, these been sitting out for a while. It's all room temp. I'm like, I got this, and then I got halfway, and I was like, I don't have this.
Hey,
And with-
listen,
The
all the
fact
egg-
you couldn't catch
listen,
at least one of them.
No, but look, hey, look,
If I
after
dropped this one, I'm like, oh, I gotta let go of this. My hands just both let go.
yeah. So here's
Like,
the deal.
I caught nothing.
So he's got the oak tree, right? All these acorns are dropping, and so his cars are running over the acorns. Like every day, if you blow that shit out, you wouldn't have had that problem. But dude, this thing was smacked full of like these acorn shells and everything else.
Shells, bits.
You
nuts.
couldn't, like, we almost had to retrim the entire thing. You just couldn't get the shit out of there.
Best bark ever.
Oh man, it was
Yeah,
great.
I had that
Had
thing
a
seasoned beautifully
nice
too.
crunch.
Yeah.
Oh, Chad said right after glaze, he
He-
glazed it and dropped it.
Oh,
Yeah,
Damn,
He said the grate slipped and down it went.
damn.
That's the worst.
Seventh
Well,
place.
hey, if anybody else has a barbecue win or barbecue fail that they want to send in or just share a story or whatever, send it in. info@grabtheminthebrisket.com or any of our social medias. Just slide into those DMs.
Mhm.
Or you can call into our little hotline thing and leave a message 434-829-2299 and we will share those. Those ones go right to the top because they're fun to listen to.
There it is.
Oh. Also, head over to grabthebrisket.com and get yourself a sweet ass t-shirt or something. Want to talk about this beer?
Yes,
Let's do it.
let's talk about that.
Not my favorite. I don't really like regular Corona. Maybe better with lime. But this might be better than regular Corona, honestly. Regular Corona just doesn't do it for me. I'm gonna go like a 4.2.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. I'm gonna go a solid, probably just a 7.0.
Jesus. Dude.
Wow.
I like it. I don't like as good as the ones that we had previously. But this is solid. If you're not drinking, but you still want to get that kind of that beer flavor,
Mhm.
right up your alley. I mean, a little squeeze of lime, some salt. Honestly, squint your eyes a little bit. You wouldn't be able to tell you were. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, maybe drop a shot of vodka in it or something. Yeah.
You're right. You're never going to be able to tell. I do agree with you. The flavor is spot on for this. I'm not going to score this thing above a. I mean, I'll tell you, it's a 5.2 for me. It's in the middle of the road. This thing tastes like a beer. It's a little warm right now, so it's been sitting out. And again, it just doesn't have the. I don't know. There's missing something for me. I don't know
Yeah.
what it is. So.
The alcohol.
Oh, shit. You're right, Ro. I didn't even think of that. Yeah.
I'm here for you. Man.
No, man. But yeah. So, hey, listen, dry January is coming to an end. Tomorrow we will be drinking excessively. I cannot wait for this.
Yeah.
I
You might as well start tonight.
mean, maybe. Yeah.
Yeah, next week we need a plan. We need to plan a good one, like a go big type,
Strong beer.
strong beer. Yeah.
Yeah, I like it.
Let's
I
bring
got
it.
one.
I saw a
What's
ni-
the snake one?
No,
The Venom.
Yeah.
snake venom.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
I did see. I reached out to. I commented on one of their posts. It's 903 Brewery, and they had a pirate
I saw that.
ogre. Did you
It
see
looked
that?
amazing. 15%.
15% ABV. These things were. It was like, I guess. What'd you say? Marinated in rum casks.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, I think that's what it is.
I just saw the picture. I couldn't read it. But I think that's a tap room thing only. So you'd
I
have to
know.
go down there and get
That's
it.
why I was like, how do we get our hands on some of this stuff?
903. They're in Houston, aren't they?
Sherman?
Oh, I don't know.
Shiner? No, not Shiner. Sherman.
Shiner? Sherman?
Hey, real quick, Chad jumped on again and he said, by the way, he is a friend with the Yellow Out campaign is doing a rib shootout in May in Pearland.
Oh, we're in.
Okay, that sounds
We can
cool.
do that.
Sign us up.
Yeah. Send us some info.
Yeah,
Info
hell
at
yeah.
grabminthebrisket.com. Yeah. Anyway, you guys
Or
got
just
it?
text me, Chad.
Or just text him, Chad. He's got anything else?
No, man. Hey, it's been a great episode.
Yeah, honestly, guys, it's been great talking barbecue with you.
Hey,
Peace.
hold on. Hey, real big
Okay.
thank you to Adam for joining us for the show.
Yes.
You know, I don't know. I think we definitely have to have his wife on at the same time next time. So I know we talked about whatever else, but big thank you to everybody that joined this live.
Yeah, shout out to the Ant
it's,
Mafia, all the
yeah.
people that joined in.
Yeah.
Really made it fun.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Hey, you guys tune in next week too. It'll be great.
Hey, Charlie jumped on real quick and said he remembered that time with the snake one. Jan's whole face changed in 1 second.
Oh, it did. Oh, it
That
did.
was rough.
Yeah. Became a new person.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that beer, it warmed your insides quick.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was one of those deals. I don't think we'll be doing that again, but we will be doing this again
That's right.
next week. So you guys tune in.
Peace.
As we close out, big thanks to SmokerBuilder.com and the MBBQA for their unwavering support.
Absolutely. And cheers to Barbecue News Magazine, SUCKLEBUSTERS, and Dow Strong Knives for their contributions.
And you know Yeti always has our back, and Cooling Nation ensures our drinks stay perfectly cold.
Lastly, props to Cambro Manufacturing and, of course, the Spicy Nut, the Chicks of Smoke Seasoning. Thanks to all for powering this show.
Until next time, keep smoking.